Welcome back to Annie Unleashed. Today we're going to talk about when not to have a TFSA. Dun dun dun! So in the previous videos we've talked about everything from the basics of TFSAs to contributions, withdrawals, what you should and shouldn't do with withdrawals, how earnings work in a TFSA and how that affects government credits and benefits. If you haven't seen those videos, go and check them out. I'll also include a link in my description box. Let's get started. Today I'm going to talk about four reasons why I think you should not have a TFSA yet. Now, if you're interested, at the end of my video, I'm going to talk about Investment Flow Guide. It's free to you. It's a free downloadable resource. You're welcome to go check it out, but I'll talk about it more at the end of the video. Let's dive into when you shouldn't have a TFSA yet. Reason number one, when you have a very high income, and you haven't yet taken advantage of some of the other tax advantaged ways of investing or reducing your taxes, then it doesn't make sense for you to start putting the money aside into your TFSA. First, you have to work with your planner or accountant or your money person and understand what is going to help you be more tax efficient in your strategy with money. And that requires you to have some basic knowledge of how some of the other investment accounts work, the other registered accounts as well, so that you can take advantage of them and know what the limits are, so you can max out on those limits and therefore the tax deductions and or any credits before you jump into investing in TFSAs, unless you have a very good reason and strategy for that. But generally, unless you have taken advantage of all the other tax-efficient ways or ways to invest that either deduct tax or reduce your tax, then there's no point in you having a TFSA account yet. The second reason why I would say you shouldn't have a TFSA is you don't understand how it works yet. Another way to look at this is, let's say you have a driver's license for a vehicle, a car, but not a license for a motorcycle. It's very different vehicles, right? Sometimes we call these savings accounts, these registered accounts, these investment accounts, investment vehicles. So if you have a driver's license for a car versus having one for a motorcycle versus having a license for a pilot license, right? For an aircraft, for even a small aircraft, these are not the same things. The licenses apply to different things. The way you would operate each vehicle is very different. So if you don't yet understand how a TFSA works, I wouldn't recommend that you have a TFSA yet. Now, the exception here is if you are driven by researching things or learning about things by experiencing them, by doing them, okay, sure, open up that TFSA, but do it with some guidance. Do it with a professional that you're working with so that you can ask the questions. And I would say, don't just open up the TFSA, but start putting the money in. Make it a part of this overall strategy before you go ahead and do that. But if you don't have that, if you don't understand how it works, don't invest in a TFSA yet. Tip number three, point number three, is if you have US ties, then it doesn't make sense for you to open up a TFSA account. And the reason for that, I've covered that in a previous video. The reason for that is because we don't have a tax treaty for TFSA accounts. We have them for RSPs, but we don't have them for TFSAs. So there's really no benefit tax-wise to take advantage of it because you'll have to pay it back. It won't go in your favor. Now, if you're opening up your own investment accounts and you're doing direct investing or online investing, that's not the kind of advice you'd get online typically. So that's why it's helpful to work with a professional, a human being that's going to really look into your situation and understand all the areas of it and where they can kind of push and pull to make the most of your situation to help you. This is the kind of advice that really helps each individual person like you. Point number four, why you should not have a TFSA yet. The fourth reason I would say is you don't have a plan yet. If you're not clear on at least the next step in your life, then your money will work the same way. If you don't have some kind of plan or some kind of understanding or a reason or a purpose for opening up that TFSA, to put that money in, to do something, to know what it's going to do, what that purpose is, even if it's a 6-month plan, a 3-year plan, a 10-year plan, you're just trying to do it because everybody says it's the right thing to do, that level of confusion will follow your relationship to money. So it's kind of like a dog on a leash. You have a dog on a leash, you release the leash, and the dog's like, where should I go? Right? And the dog's like, what direction can I go? Anywhere, I'll just go over here. So if there's a lack of direction, you're going to waste a lot of time, opportunity costs to allow your money to grow in a strategic way with some direction, some purpose. And if you don't have a plan, whether you create one yourself or you have a professional help you, I do that for my clients. I create an entire financial plan. It's very holistic, meaning it is very involved and relates and touches on all aspects of their life. So it's not just numbers based, it's values based, it's qualitative, not just quantitative, at least when it's done right. Or you work with some kind of money person, whether it's the person at the bank that has the capacity and the software to do the financial plan, whether it's a wealth management advisor, a portfolio manager. We have all kinds of titles. We don't all do the same things, right? But not all advisors are financial planners, and not all financial planners are advisors. But if you have a professional working with you, you have a higher chance of knowing what to do with your money, when to do what you need to do with your money, and how it's going to work for you. And not just for now, but for the future. Those are my 4 points for when you should not have a TFSA account yet. Hope you enjoyed this video. Now, if you're interested in that investment flow guide that I mentioned earlier, it is basically a culmination of my over 20 plus years of experience in observing different people's behavior around their investments, their savings, the way they like to research, what platforms they use. And so I've put it all together in this investment flow guide. It's free to you. This very practical and fun information as well. Anywhere from what kind of investment profile do you think you are to, tangible tools and platforms that give you the kind of information, the kind of experience that you need that may be different from somebody else. And I've got a couple bonus tips in there and even an affirmation or two. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to share this video with somebody that you know that this could help. If you have any comments or questions, I do respond to every one of them. Don't forget to subscribe so you know when the next video is coming. I so look forward to hearing from you. I enjoy your interactions, your questions, comments, sharing your experiences. It helps everyone else too in our community. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.